Hello and welcome to the Morehammer podcast. It's the amazing episode 60. Can you believe we've done 60 of these? Yes, welcome to your semi-regular Morehammer podcast, the place to come for all wargaming news, gossip, general chat. You don't have to be over 40 and knackered to listen, but it certainly helps. I am the host for tonight because the under 14 wargaming Luke is currently off in the vagaries of the warp somewhere. But I am Ben, the 90% geek, and joining me this week, we also have my regular co-star, Simon.
Hello.
Simon, aka Hobby Awful, and now I think we'll probably call him regular as well, our regular recurring.
Yeah, I think he's earned his promotion to regular.
Yes, he's officially give him t-shirts.
You're no longer unpaid intern. I'm now an unpaid regular.
No, you're now an unpaid. It's Steve, aka Mon Johnson, the sports reporter. You do realise that since you're now, officially part of the lineup, you have to do a little league team, so that when we eventually all get together and do a blood bowl match, you'll have to do. But I'm doing sort of halflings, Si's done gnomes, Luke's done snotlings. So that
I've got ogres. I've got ogres. It's fine.
Well, so that leaves you ogres or goblins.
I've got ogres already painted, so that's good. I'm good.
So you don't have a goblin team?
I don't have a goblin. Oh, don't say that.
Well, you see, there you go. If you wanted an excuse to get a goblin team, you could say, "Oh, sorry, the guys on the podcast said I had to."
Oh, twist my arm. All right, okay, fine.
Yeah.
This week we have a variety of things to talk about because we haven't done one of these in a couple of weeks. So without further ado, I'm not going to kind of waste time doing, what have we been painting this week? I'm going to just dive straight in with our first topic for tonight, and that is Tiger Warriors.
They're great.
Yeah, you got there first.
Sorry.
Yes. Not technically a miniature release, but this was revealed in the last couple of weeks. It's a new unit that's being added to Grand Cathay for Warhammer Total War, the video game. I think it's Total War 3, the video game. But they have indicated in the article that they may soon also be coming to the tabletop. What do we think?
This sort of came out of nowhere, didn't it? I like these. It's certainly leaning into the mythical side of Grand Cathay, isn't it? But if they do make it to the tabletop, I'd be very interested to see how they translate these into actual plastic miniatures.
They've got to be at least like nearly ogre size, surely. I mean, they've got to be at least kind of bigger, bigger than a human. You would think
they look quite imposing,
at
least from these images.
And I suppose actually that's something that Grand Cathay currently lack is they've got giant stuff like the Terracotta Warriors on the tabletop, and they've got the lowly human rabble, but they don't have that mid-tier kind of unit, the kind of Treekin.
Like a heavy unit.
Yeah, that's it. Some of the trolls in the Goblin army, Treekin in a Wood Elf army, that kind of Minotaurs in a Beastman army.
Black Orcs and that kind of
the 50 mil base type size models.
I mean, they definitely look like they're skewing Cathay to be sort of that not quite standard human armies like Bretonian or Empire, but not completely fantastical like sort of Wood Elves or Ents and all this. They are very much blurring the lines between those sort of areas and giving it a bit more, like you say, mythical nature to some of the troop choices.
Well, yeah, I was trying to think about it, and I mean, I think a Shabti, the only other example I can think of where you've got a unit that's a larger kind of styled battle model that has, properly sculpted uniforms and armor and stuff. And I mean, that's just that's part of their carvings on a Shabti. But on these guys, if you look at like Minotaurs and stuff, they're wearing scraps of armor.
Yeah, true.
And ogres, again, it's all kind of scrap metal stuff. These guys, in terms of the artwork, at least, and the 3D render they've done for the game, they do look like they've got custom blacksmithed armor for them.
Yeah.
I like the look of them.
Yeah, I do as well. They remind me of something. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but
Kung Fu Panda. Sorry, nasty cough that I've got there. Now the Panda Warriors.
I think that's what it is. It's one of the baddies. Tigers.
Tylon,
that's one of the fabulous
Tylon.
I think.
Tylon was
the first one, yeah.
The bad guy, the first one.
It is. It's the bad guy for the first film. He'd master Sifu to defeat them.
It'd be good to see if they do come onto the tabletop. It'd be interesting to see what paint jobs people come up with for these as well.
Oh God, no! Thundercats. It's got to be full-blown
Gotta be,
Thundercats. You know, you gotta have the orange tiger ones, and was it like blue and white that was Tiger's brother or something Bengali?
Panthro.
Panthro was there as well.
Yeah,
the big grey dude, and then Wily Kit and Wily Cat, but grown up, obviously, because they could be huge.
Chitara.
Yeah,
just give one of them a huge mane and make him Lion-O.
5 minutes and 40 seconds, and we got an 80s cartoon reference.
Hey! This is what happens when Luke leaves us unattended.
This is going to be a record. We just need a rabbit now with a space blaster, just painting green.
Well, that's going to come to 40k, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, are we said everything we want to say about the Tiger Warriors?
I think so. Does it say when they're going to come out for the game? Is it soon?
I don't believe they did. We'll scroll down and see if it mentions at the bottom.
Coming soon as part of a character pack.
Okay.
So we will wait with bated breath and see what they look like.
Mm.
Okay, next one. We have
Ooh.
the new Arc Magos Terminus and some Skitari heavies.
I really like the heavies. We'll get to the heavies, but the Archmagos Terminus is quite cool as well. Hey, we heard you like Belisarius Call, so we decided to give you the girl version.
There's a lot going on here.
But then that's the same. All of the
can't quite work out
Dominus
what's
models.
going on until you see it from a different angle.
Yeah, I think they do give a few different angles slightly lower down, don't they?
Here we go.
Yes, here we are. Here she is from the back, just as lovely walking away.
They do have a booty.
Yes.
Has she got one spindly leg up on a tactical rock?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then one completely different leg on the floor. It's like that front leg doesn't match the other legs. It's quite interesting.
But I think the fact the front leg as well is kind of bent over, like she's kind of not even resting on the point. She's kind of standing proud. It's like the Bridgerton version of the Dectus Mechanicus.
Showing far too much ankle for my liking. I'm sorry. It's just...
This is that they've said that she's basically her dedication to the machine god is through utter destruction. Like, you've got Belisarius Call, who's I must make things and I must, explore, recover lost technology, not innovating at all. And it's like, no, my way to show my love for the Omniscire is to eradicate things.
Murder, death, kill.
Basically.
An opposite counterpoint to Belisarius Call.
So she is. I think she's a special character. So she's not just like a regular. You can take any of them, as many of them as you want. HQ choice. She is a unique special character model. So you'll only be able to have one of them in your army.
To be fair, I don't think I'd like to paint more than one. There's a lot of Greeblies and things on there that.
But she is accompanied by, if we scroll down slightly, and these I really like.
Yeah,
the heavy Skitari. I really like these. I think they're so cool.
Yeah, I quite like the broad-shouldered look. They just look a little bit more menacing, don't they?
They do. Well, instead of having robot arms that hold a gun, it's like, what if we gave them one of their arms as a gun?
Yeah, so you don't need your lower legs. We'll have them anyway. But now we'll have your arms as well.
I think it's the helmets as well that I like. There is this kind of like, it always reminds me of like the Iron Giant from the movie.
Yeah, yes. So they're like a variation of is it the Skitari Vanguard helmets? So you got a choice of two in the kit, haven't you?
Yeah, I quite like the Is it like a respirator, like mouthpiece as well?
They'd look really good. Those helmets are Necromunda conversions.
Everything is a Necromunda conversion.
I think the outline of like the shoulders, it's almost like is it the Centurion, the Space Marine sort of quite
the
suit with like the big power shoulder pads and
the ones that you get in Horus Heresy. Is that
no, they were
fact.
Similar to those. Oh yeah.
I know what you mean by Space Marine Centurions, though. The big suit that the Marines wore.
Yes.
We heard you like Marines in power armor, so we've put the power armor inside the power armor.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Yeah. quite blocky.
I see what you mean by the shoulders. Yeah, they've got that kind of profile, haven't they?
Yeah.
But they are packing Eradication Razor. This is something I think that previously had been a weapon that you got on your like Magus Dominus, which is quite a nasty weapon. And they're just packing it as like, just standard armament. And then they've got little arc rifle kind of shoulder guns, just, little pivoting around shoulder bits as well.
They're pretty tooled up, aren't they?
A little bit of everything.
They are. And I think they come with a variant. I think if we scroll down slightly, there's a variant weapon option for them as well. Ooh. Yeah, here we go. So you can swap it out for these great big kind of las cannon looking things.
Yeah.
And they can have heavy stubbers because Mechanical apparently love stubbers.
Melter? Or is that a stubber?
No, it's a stubber. It's a little stubber.
Exterminators.
Ooh.
Yeah, so if you really kind of want to stick some heavy firepower.
Oh, so the above ones were Hastari Exterminators, and these are Hastari Fusiliers, I believe.
Okay, so they carry Eradication Casters and Neutron Fusils. So I guess like maybe a powered down version of the Neutron Cannon that you can get on their kind of hovercraft.
Oh, yeah.
The hovercraft, yeah.
Yeah, no, Skitarii models, yet again, getting some of the nicest models in 40k, I think. I really love the aesthetic of the Skitarii.
Thulia Gould. She's just going to be called Julia, isn't she?
Yes.
Oh, God. And at least they've not...
One thing I think... Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention, we're looking at the Tiger Guys for Total War.
Oh, yeah.
There's a new update for Space Marine 2. There's a new class. You can play as a Tech Marine now.
I did see that, yes.
Interesting.
It's pretty good. I've only had a quick go with it, but you're like the servo gun on his shoulder. That's one of the abilities. So when you get rushed by a horde, you just hit triangle or whatever you're playing on, and it just like wipes out the horde, especially if it's just like minor enemies. And you can set a little tarantula turret as well, and he's got an Omniscion power axe as well, so it's like a really heavy, slow swinging axe, but it's absolutely smashes. So I need to have another go with it. Like I say, I've only had one quick go, but it looks interesting. That's
really cool.
I wonder if that's on like the as part of the Game Pass download, because Space Marine 2's on Game Pass now. So
I think the Tech Marine is a free update. I think you should be able to get it.
Oh, I'll have to look.
We should stream some operations at some point as well. We've said we'd do that before.
We should. I keep meaning to say, let's do like a co-op type thing.
Is it cross? Does it have crossplay?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, we'll have to have a look. Are we happy with the...
I think we're very happy.
Yeah, moving on.
There's a lot to cover. Move swiftly on.
We've got 4 new combat patrols. I think this was part of the... was it the Red Corsairs sort of release?
Yeah, kind of a follow-on from it. So it's kind of part of the Into the Maelstrom release.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a combat patrol for the Corsair, for the Eldar Corsairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a fairly decent one, I would say.
Well, so that's all the new models, isn't it? That's one of the. Is that just a wave? That's a wave serpent at the back, isn't it? So it's not.
Yes, everything else, fairly new. But yeah, that's the old chassis at the back there. Has it got new weapons sprues on it, or is it just the same weapons?
No, those are still 2 star cannons on it.
Oh yeah.
But yes, you get the Kill Team Eldar Corsair box, the new character, and the Jump Packy Corsair dudes, and then a Wave Serpent.
Yeah, no, it's a nice looking box. I was a bit disappointed with the Red Corsair one just below, though.
Yeah, I would have been tempted to get it, but this is a little disappointing.
Yeah, what is it? Is it just...
Well, you get the Reeve Captain, it's 5 Raiders, and then you've got you got the Beastman and an old Rhino as well. And if the rumours are true about us getting a new Rhino, it's just like I wouldn't want to be picking this box up.
Yeah, it's cool that they kind of went, let's throw some Beastmen in here. Although I feel like the Traitor Guardsman box would have been more appropriate. But yeah, and then just here's a Rhino, because why not?
Has it got an upgrade to it?
Not that there was anything wrong with building old Rhinos.
True.
No, essentially it's just exactly the same. It probably comes with the transfer set by the looks of things.
Well, it was more the sort
No,
of
that's just that is part of the Chaos vehicle upgrade.
there you go. Cool.
Well, that's the Imperial one I've got here because I'm building an Imperial Rhino.
I was going to say.
See, I do love those red Corsairs, but the poses are just odd. They're really odd.
I'm just a little disappointed that you only get 5 of them in a box.
Oh, and then we've got Kroot.
This one's cool. This one is very tempting.
Oh, Luke could like this one. This looks like a good
Luke
box.
is twitching somewhere. So you get the new rampaging Kroot Oxes, don't you? You get a regular Kroot Ox, the Fast Rider Warband. That's the Kill Team box,
the Kid
isn't
Band,
it?
is it?
Yeah, and then you get the guy on the Salamander thing as well.
I mean, it does look pretty sweet. To be fair.
It's really, really nice. I'm very tempted by this.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And then what was the last one? Was it?
The last one was
Night Lord with a Rhino again. Because
another Rhino, yeah.
Like you say, rhinos.
Again. So this one you get. I think you get a box of the new Chosen. You get the Jump Pack Chaos Lord model, the Chaos Space Marine box with a Night Lord upgrade sprue, and a Rhino. But it feels like a missed opportunity to not have Isn't there the new Raptors model coming have come out that came out in one of the latest Kill Teams?
Because
there's some new flying ones,
Yeah, and it just seems like why would you not just wait a little bit and then stick those in this box instead of the Chosen? Because then the Chaos Lord could go with the guys with jump packs.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Well, that's why, because that would make sense.
This is true.
So now, so now you have to buy the Kill Team box and this.
Also, one small gripe is that they've done a new Red Corsairs transfer sheet. They haven't done a Night Lords transfer sheet, even though the Night Lords have got their own Kill Team. And it wouldn't have been that much work for them to do a Night Lords one, which had lightning bolt transfers and stuff on that you could stick on to make your Night Lords really pop without having to learn how to paint lightning.
Do you think it might be in this box?
No, I don't think that transfer that's on the Chaos Rhino at the back there is the traditional Night Lord one from the regular Chaos Space Marine box that's been around for donkey's years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of an okay box, isn't it? It's just.
I think that's it. I think you've got one amazing kind of combat patrol that they've released, 2 okay combat patrols, and then the Red Corsairs.
Which is strange because it's like Red Corsairs being the new hotness. You would imagine trying to.
I suppose that's it. If I were to have done a Red Corsairs box, what would I have done? Well, Games Workshop have an insistence on trying to stick a tank in the box if they can. I mean, they couldn't.
Which is a bad thing.
Until Kroot get a giant Narlock, Kroot don't have one. Give us a great Narlock, you cowards. But yeah, I suppose they've kind of gone, oh, well, what do we stick in here? Well, they've got some infantry, stick a Rhino in. And yeah, Rhinos are useful. I agree. They were more useful in earlier editions. Like I've been gearing up to play some games of 3rd edition 40k, and metal boxes were far more useful back in 3rd and 4th edition where you needed them to get places.
Rhino
Maybe they're trying to get rid of their stock of old rhinos by putting them in these boxes.
Really? Yeah.
That may very well be possible.
Let's hope they actually remember to put the rhinos in the boxes as well, considering what happened with the Dark Eldar box that they've had to recall.
What happened? What was the issue? I saw it, but
what ended up in
apparently the big boxes that they did recently, the Maelstrom style boxes. One of them was the Dark Eldar one. I can't remember the full contents, but and I don't know if this is true, but the rumor is they recalled a load of these boxes or all of the boxes because one of the units in the box isn't in the box. There was a packing error, and let's say it was, I don't know, 10 Dark Eldar warriors, 5 witches, and 5. I don't know what are some units for Dark Eldar?
Incubi.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Incubi. I think it's the one beginning with H.
Hellions.
Hellions. So maybe it was that. Basically, they're not in the box.
Oops.
Yeah. So the rumor goes, whether that's true or not. So they've recalled all the boxes.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. They could have just said,
some
hey,
sort of computer
one of
cock
these
up there, maybe. I don't know.
Write to us, and we'll post you a box of Hellions free of charge.
You'd think there would be other way around it other than just a recall, but
in the good old days.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, let's move on.
What have we got next? Oh, we've got a new knight.
This is, somewhat appropriate given the new Adeptus Mechanicus stuff. It's almost like they're gearing up to have stuff fight against the Iron Warriors. This is the new Knight Destria. I love this. I'm going to be getting at least two.
Yeah.
At least two
Imperial Knights already. I've got so many Imperial Knights, and I don't have any Destrias, so I'm going to need a Destria or two.
Yeah, no, I do like this. Is was that painted up as House Tyrannus? Is it?
No, this is House Raven. So this is, I've got a House Raven army as one of my Imperial Knight armies. Yeah,
I like that Gatling style cannon on his right arm. That's very cool.
Yeah,
so
like a scaled down Avenger bolt cannon.
So this sits somewhere in between size-wise of the Questoris Knight and the Armiger, doesn't it? It's sort of a happy
That's
medium.
right. Yeah, kind of a mid-scale.
A large, small, or a small, medium. Is that?
Bigger than a Dread Knight, smaller than an Imperial Knight is where I would probably place this.
Right, yeah.
But apparently he's got rocket boosters as well to like speed him into battle. Is that right?
Yeah, I think when they show the back of it, on the back of his legs or something, he's got rockets on the back of his feet. Go, rocket boots!
Yeah, and there's some counter. It has sort of like a counterweight on it as well because of the speed or something. I like the fluttering banner on the top. I couldn't work out what it was when I first saw the picture until I saw this side image.
Very cool.
My favourite part is the back of the lance type weapon that he's got. It's a rocket lance, so it is pure Pacific Rim.
Yes.
It lines up, and then the rocket on the back fires, so it can shoot forward and slam into the enemy. Yeah, I love that. That's so kind of manga.
Danger.
Yeah, so some of the old manga where they're like the way they're running around the battlefield and sort of power sliding around corners in the mechs. It is like got that sort of vibe to it.
Neon Genesis type.
Yes, but it's also some of the bigger Titans are quite.
Hello.
Yes. I don't know, not the best. Not the best sculpts. They're quite big, quite not very well articulated as far as I can remember when I've seen them. But this one looks, I like the look of this one.
Yeah, it looks quite dynamic, doesn't it? Like it could properly sprint into battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got Thundershock spears and Reaper chainswords, and then the
chainsword. I do like
the guns are some kind of frag cannon and like a Gatling cannon type weapon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Different head option there as well, which is interesting.
Shows you where it sits on the whole scale of things.
Yeah, if you just scroll up ever so slightly, that's got a different head on this picture, just above those weapons.
A little bit higher.
Oh yeah.
So it does. It has a full face with the slotted visor bits on it.
I'm not so sure about that head. I prefer the other one.
I quite like it. It's got kind of a oldie school fantasy knight vibe to it.
No, if I was getting a new knight, I'd definitely get this one.
Yeah. That visor for me takes some of the personality out of this. Where is it?
I wonder how many different head options it will have.
That one's got a bit more personality to it, I think. As much as a giant walking automaton personality, but
combat suit. No, I'm very excited by this. It's nice to see them expanding. I was wondering what else they could add to Imperial Knights, and I'm assuming as well this will help with points values because it must fit points wise somewhere between a Questoris and an Armiger. So maybe it's kind of that. Yeah, get one of these, couple of Armigers, and a Questoris might well fit into like 1,000 points or something.
Well, and does this sort of fit in? Because I know we might touch on this, but the new books bringing back the Apocalypse.
Maybe
games. So maybe fleshing out the Titans might give them a bit more of a scope for that sort of gaming size.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Okay.
Cool.
We're happy there?
Yeah, I'm very happy with that.
We are off to the old world. All the new Grand Cathay reinforcements.
So these were all announced, I think, at the Grand Tournament or Grand Championship preview, weren't they?
Yes.
But it's really nice to see them all coming out relatively soon after the preview.
Yeah, for a new army, Cathay have now got a broad range of units you can choose from, haven't they?
No, I mean, I think they've got almost. I mean, obviously we need Tiger Warriors, but they've almost got a fully fleshed out kind of range at this point.
That's it. There,
when you don't want to send your tigers into battle, you send the peasants.
Yeah, that is true. The peasant.
I've got to say, I really love the peasant archer models. I think they're so characterful.
They are.
They've really made some nice miniatures for these.
And I really like the paint jobs on these ones as well. I think they've been painted really nicely.
I'd be intrigued to see how it changes the dynamic for the army as well, because up until now, Cathay have lacked a little bit in the ranged combat section.
Okay.
Like they've had obviously the crane guns on the big balloons, and they've had the giant bombards and stuff, but this will, especially given that there isn't the same kind of limitation on like bow armed stuff in the old world there is in some other games, it will give them, I think, a really completely different dynamic.
Yeah, it's going to open up the playstyle a little bit instead of balloon spam and stuff like that, isn't it? These are cool. I like these.
I love the fact his gun's resting on his helmet. Like he's got a special helmet designed as a gun rest.
Now, this reminds me, is it the Skaven Giselles?
Yes. Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Now, almost certainly where they're supposed to have stolen the idea from.
I was going to say, who stole it from who?
Well, I mean, because bear in mind, Clan Eshin hung out in Cathay for ages, so you can imagine that, like, they might have told Clan Scryer about it, and Clan Scryer have gone, "Oh yeah, we can make that, and we'll make it bigger."
yeah.
But no, they're very cool.
Actually, these. Oh, so you like multiple shots? Well, here you go. It's only short range, but D3 shots, no penalties for standing and shoot, no penalties for multiple shots, no penalties for range. You come within 12 inches of us and you're going to die.
Yeah, it's interesting. Definitely.
If these guys get the detachment rule, just watch out. Because I can imagine like a big block of the Jade Infantry and then a detachment of these on either flank. And if you charge any of them, you get barrages of standard shoot hail of fire from the iron hail guns before having to contest with the Jade Infantry.
Just a wall of hot lead coming towards you.
I wouldn't want to be like something squishy charging into these like elves or something like that.
Lots of goblins dying.
No, I mean, even things down to like Chaos Knights and stuff. You could charge a unit of Chaos Knights into these. Yes, okay, they're only strength 3, but they've already got AP -1, so you're not being able to rely upon your armor save quite so much. Unless you've got your pattern chosen. Yeah, D3 shots, exactly.
D3 shots as well, yeah. It's going to be it's going to be bucket of dice time, potentially.
I've obviously having used Chaos quite a bit in the old world, and unless you're packing Chosen Knights, you're basically looking at like a 3-up save, which these guys automatically make it into a 4-up save. That's basically Carapace armor. It's not. It's a 50-50 chance as to whether you take a wound or not, and Chaos Knights are not cheap. And they've got new magic rules as well. Of course, they've got the Mastery of the Elemental Winds.
Do indeed.
I've not really read into this, so I'm not sure what the crack is with this one.
So if you read the description here briefly, once per turn, a wizard within your army that has this special rule that is within 6 inches of one or more friendly wizards that also have this special rule get a +1 modifier to their casting roll. So basically, it's like wizards supporting each other.
That's not so bad, is it?
No, but it is. It's quite nice if you think about it, because it is almost kind of them cooperating together,
Yeah.
A master wizard and then a couple of apprentices kind of lending him a buff to make his casting power more powerful.
Yeah.
It does say that this is a modifier to the result of the dice roll. It does not negate the natural roll of a double 1, which, fair enough. And I am assuming from the way it is worded that you can only add 1 +1 modifier. Like you get +1 for every wizard, because it says within 6 inches of one or more friendly wizards. So it's still only a +1 to your casting roll, but it's still a cool little kind of buff.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I suppose the more wizards you have, the longer you will have that +1
Well, and also
for
every
that.
wizard would get it. So if you've got, say, 3
Ah.
level 2s, each of them is getting a +1 from one of the others.
Okay.
So yeah, it works quite nicely.
Cool.
Okay.
Ask Rick a pointer, see what he thinks.
Well,
Yes, well, he's got a nice big Cathay army, hasn't he? And I'm sure he'll be looking forward to adding some stuff to it.
And then
Dink.
we are on to our Beric Stormbrow.
This guy is so cool.
I mean, that's big character energy there, isn't it? With his massive
I
tactical rock.
love his belt buckle. Like, I've already started thinking of him as Space Go Trek. Because if you look, he's even got one missing eye, like in the same way. He doesn't have the eye patch, but he just needs like a human, I don't know, remembrancer or something that just kind of follows him around while he tries to seek his doom across the 41st millennium.
I never noticed his belt buckle until you
That's
mentioned
such a nice little kind of detail, isn't it?
He's got some teeth as well hanging off his belt.
Yeah.
And for some reason, a carabiner on a bit of.
Oh,
leather as well.
Votan love carabiners. Like almost every Votan model has a carabiner. They're all geared up. Any moment they need to go abseiling, they're all set.
Yeah.
So this was the model was previewed again at the Grand Championship, but we now have his rules, and he's a bit of a beast. So I don't know if you can zoom in on this a little bit for us.
I can have a go. Ooh.
Here we go.
There we
So he has got Feel No Pain 4-up, and he has melee weapons for models that any unit that he is leading get sustained hits 1. So you put them in a nice big unit of the Berserkers, and he just buffs them up. And then you can target the unit with the heroic intervention stratagem for 0 CP. As he goes, come on, lads, let's get into them, which is really quite cool. And then his axe hammer thing, his pickaxe axe hammer thing, is called Cromlock's Revenge. I think it's got two versions. So you go the anti-monster, anti-vehicle version, which means that it's always wounding on a 3-up, hitting on a 2-up. Otherwise, it's strength 10, AP -2, damage 4. Or you can use it in the anti-infantry mode, at which point you're making 8 attacks, still hitting on 2s at strength 7, AP -2, damage 2, which is just convenient enough to kill orcs.
Interesting.
Wow. Perfect.
So he is really quite cool. Oh, he's got 5-up invuln as well. So as well as the 4-up Feel No Pain, he's got a 5-up
and 5
invuln.
wounds. Yeah, that's that anti-vehicle, Cromlack's Revenge, the vehicle one, Graviton Strikes. That's basically a tin opener, that, isn't it? Against anything unless it's heavily armoured.
Well, because it's he's a Slayer, obviously. He's Gotrek. Yeah. He's Space Gotrek.
He maybe he needs a bigger mohawk. Maybe that's the
maybe
the
that's it.
option.
Maybe he needs the giant kind of crest sticking up a bit higher. But at least he is ginger.
That is true. That is true.
I love this model. I'm gonna have to get this model because he's just crying out to be Space Gotrek.
That is, that's pretty cool. To be fair. Oh, another picture of him down here.
His base is quite nice as well. It's not it's not like 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot on a mini rock. He's actually on a rock.
Both
saying,
feet
look
on
what I've just killed.
And I think if you scroll up slightly, it just mentions. That's the rules we'd already covered, isn't it? Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he can punch people as well with his gauntlets because he's got bionic fists. Because he lost both his hands fighting orcs, so he has 2 bionic fists, and he can use those for punching people as well.
Why not? Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
He's good. Another really good, solid model, to be fair. Right, what's next? We've got...
Oh, yes.
This was some new animation on Warhammer Plus, and also they've announced their new season. So Penitence.
Someone want to take this?
Yeah, so it's an Adeptus Sororitas, so Sisters of Battle, the Convent of the Sacred Rose, and they're heading in to transport a relic by the looks of things.
Yeah, I've watched the trailer for it, so it's Sisters of Battle from Yorkshire, isn't it? And in an Arvus lighter, it looks like it could be pretty good actually. I've been meaning to watch this. I've not got around to it yet.
So the animation looks good, and the story at least has started off well.
I did see one minor
there's some
spoiler
orcs.
that someone had posted online because they were complaining about something, which if it's right, it'll probably irk me slightly. But other than that, like I said, the trailer looked really good, so I'm still going to watch it.
Do all the sisters talk in a Yorkshire accent? Does it sound like a Hovis advert with more gunfire?
No.
Missed opportunity.
It would be funny though.
And now we present Last of the Sacramental Wine.
Hey yo, wipe our bloody feet before you come in my convent.
And then
You're good to see some orcs in a decent animation as well, rather than just hammer and bolter, where it's quite often lower quality animation. So it should be interesting.
And they're certainly the aggressors, so they are taking the fight to the sisters. So yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how that story develops. I don't know how many episodes are going to be, but
probably 3, I think.
Yeah, and then just a lot of new content going in.
Yeah, there was another article today actually about Warhammer Plus, about new stuff coming. I still, it's open for debate. Warhammer Plus, isn't it? That's for another episode, I think. When we get when it's coming close to renewal, we'll probably have to do an episode dedicated on Warhammer Plus. And
is it worth it or not? Episode.
I will say I've watched again. I find it a little bit of a struggle finding where to watch it, because you either have to have the app installed somewhere, and can't have it on my big TV because it doesn't support it. So I have to have it on a Fire Stick in another room. So it's just finding the time. I can't just sit down and watch it. I've got to actually make time to go to another.
I have to watch it on the iPad because, like you say, you can't stick it on the TV or anything like that, which is annoying.
But they've updated the app.
Screen mirror it.
Yeah, and the app's updated, so it might be worth having a look and seeing what your thoughts are on that. But I do like some of the new content. I don't want to we won't get into too much depth, but some of the painting challenges and things like that are quite entertaining to have on.
I have still not got it, so I have no strong views on this matter. I find it under the heading of I have too much to watch as it is.
Yeah, fair enough.
There is that. I suppose if I get it for the models that I don't paint, so I should probably.
Yeah, that's the only reason that swung me. Every time I've got it, it's for the miniatures. I think to myself, right, well, I'm getting this miniature for free, so I'll take the cost of a mini off, and then is it worth it then?
20 quid or something, isn't it?
Okay.
Moving on. Oh, right. So this is again.
This is so. Some of this stuff is really cool.
This was the Relics 2026 reveal.
It's Merch Fest.
Merch Fest, indeed. We're not taking enough of your money. Please send us more.
Well, please send money to these third-party companies.
Yes, who in turn will pass money on to us. Yeah.
So Weta Workshop continuing to kind of go, let's just randomly make really awesome models on a large scale.
Yeah, I'm presuming this is going to be quite big.
I would imagine like that.
I would assume so, yeah. And I don't know if it's on like a big scenic base.
But, looks like I would imagine.
It looks like it is, yeah.
Toadstools part of the base that it comes on.
But that's pretty cool. I don't know where I'd put it, but it does look pretty cool.
There you go. 1/10 scale it is.
1/10 scale. 1/10.
So is that okay? That means that in theory, at some point, they've worked out exactly what height it would be if it was real.
I was just thinking
scaled it down to 10%. So presumably, okay, hang on, let's follow this through. Presumably, what that means is they've gone an average human male is about 6 foot, and a miniature of a human in the Age of Sigmar game, for example, is this size.
Yeah.
The Boingrot boundary is this size. Therefore, if we scale it up to the height comparatively, and then go down to 10%.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting.
There's a lot of maths there. Be interesting to see how big it is. It will. Cool.
I'm actually more interested in this one.
So what's this one? Because I've not.
It's a 1/6 scale.
A 1/6 scale series. Okay.
And obviously those are pointy canines.
Mm.
But who could it be?
Well, it could be a vampire.
Thoughts, anyone?
It could be what? Sorry.
Thoughts, anyone?
Was it
Well,
the
the fact
Van
that it's
cast
yeah, the
iron?
fact that it's in black and white, I'd probably guess at a Warhammer Fantasy vampire. But then again, they might do something daft like Blood Angels.
Yeah, no,
That's what I was wondering. Is it like Mephiston or something? Yeah, I mean, my first thought was, is it like Vlad von Carstein or Manfred from Age of Sigmar or, something like that?
I think it's more likely to be that.
You don't think there's necessarily it's going to be a Space Marine?
No, I don't think so.
Still, 1/6 scale, 1 in 6 scale. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, that's going to be big, isn't it?
That's going to be over a foot at least.
So if it's a space marine, that's got to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's just a vampire, that's still like knee high.
Yeah. Somebody with a load of money is going to buy one of these, and it's going to be in like their hallway or something like that.
I think you're describing my friend Sean.
And then they're going to go out on a Christmas do one day, come back after a skimful, open the door, and absolutely crap themselves when they do this. And then go, oh yeah, God, yeah.
Something to hang your coat on, And then what we got?
It's
Space Marine helmet.
Toy helmet.
New wearable helmet.
Is this actual size wearable or one of the little?
Yeah, no, this is supposed to be actual size wearable.
Cool.
Complete with the LED eye lenses, so you can have the kind of glowing Space Marine eye lens look.
Oh,
and I think you get a free T-shirt as well, don't you, if you order the helmet and base.
Can I tell you what I really like about this? Mm-hmm. That they've released already, bear in mind, the Tacticus pattern armored helmet in Ultramarines Blue, yeah? Mm-hmm. But this one is a Captain's Tacticus helmet in Ultramarines Blue. And do you know how it's a Captain's one? Because they've stuck a gold skull on the front. This is literally identical to the earlier helmet that they did, but it's got a shiny gold skull in the middle of the forehead.
Yeah, but we had a load left. How are we going to sell these?
Let's slap a gold skull on the front and we can charge extra, because now it's a Captain Titus one.
But also pretty cool.
It is also pretty cool, but yeah.
Oh yeah,
free T-shirt. They are. T-shirt.
A very expensive free T-shirt.
Another source book, ultimate guide, artwork and lore.
The ultimate guide to fantastic looking miniatures that you cannot transport to an event easily.
I see this and I think, do you remember they used to do the catalogues? Like if you wanted to look at pictures of miniatures, you'd just get the black and white catalogues and sat there peering through them.
But they found a way to monetize them more.
They have now you can get the catalogue where you can't order the individual bits, but you can look at the miniatures in colour.
Yeah. Space Marine Collector's Guide. That was a book and a half. That was.
Yeah, lots of pictures of the models that you can also see.
If you're new to Age of Sigmar, this is a pretty awesome book. To be fair,
I'm being overly sarcastic because yes, it is.
It is, and cheaper than Spearhead magazine in the long run.
But you don't get any miniatures with this.
You don't get the miniatures. Yeah, that's true. Swings and roundabouts. And then the Words of War. I think this is a miniature.
I'm not sure how necessary
this is a stocking filler, if ever I saw it.
Yeah. I mean, if every page is just wah,
how funny would that be?
Question mark?
I would buy it in a heartbeat if every page was just wah in different fonts.
There is hope. There is hope.
Yeah. Moving on to the Toby range. This is the current for sale item of the year. Yeah. I'm not talking about the pink horror. It's the wearable power fist.
The wearable squishy power fist.
Now you too can fist your friends.
And the fact that they went with that I don't know who's written that advertising, but fist your friends with this.
Do you know my biggest complaint on this? I'm right-handed. That's a left-handed power fist. But I was thinking about it, like Terminators and stuff, the Power Fist is on the left because the Stormbolter's on the right.
Yes, that is
because all Space Marine Terminators are right-handed, apparently.
Yes, it's
I think
genetically
they missed a trick by not having it painted blue, but with black and yellow hazard stripes like the old school Terminator fist.
Maybe that'll come in a later edition. Maybe like later, Toby Power Fist.
So you're going to get punched in the face, but you can warn them first with the hazard stripes.
They did release some other plushies, which I mean, these also are available. This is like I think the Blood Bowl soft plushie ball. Yeah. The Power Fist is by far the show stealer in exactly the same way.
Definitely.
Is that Squig a Christmas one, or is it just
it's
the way
bound
it is?
as a Christmas Squig?
It looks like one, yeah.
Which it does make you wonder: do they have it left over from Christmas?
Yeah, quickly take a couple of the baubles off and just sell it again.
Yeah, no, the Power Fist is definitely interesting.
It is. I wonder how much. I mean, if it's wearable, it's got to be a decent size. You would have thought.
They need to have it where it's got like that cartoon style squeak thing, and you hit someone.
Beep.
Yeah.
You just get like a squeaky toy, like a squeaky ball, and put it inside in your hand.
Yeah.
And every time you punch someone, you squeak it.
That would be funny.
It's probably a good thing that they don't do games day anymore, because there'd just be hordes of gamers storming around the place, half drunk, punching each other with soft power fists.
Or just throwing blood bowls at each other. Yeah.
They do need to do one as well that also has a finger sticking up, so you can have it at football matches. You have power fists like that.
Mr. Fisty.
Moving on.
And then we've got some Ultra Pro gaming mats.
So these are specifically cut to the right size for Kill Team and Combat Patrol games, which is quite cool.
Yes.
Yeah, these are nice. If they're priced sensibly, these will be quite popular.
Well, in particular, I think the Age of Sigmar Combat Patrol ones that we're going to get, is it not Combat Patrol? Spearhead is what it's called, isn't it?
Yes.
Because they've got the particular markers on them already.
Yeah. So
they are just primed and ready to go for a game of Spearhead. I
mean, Ultra Pro is good quality stuff. I mean, I've played a little bit of Magic the Gathering, and they do a lot of paraphernalia for that game, and it's always pretty good. Like playmats and things like that are always, but they won't be cheap, I don't think.
Other knockoffs will also be available.
That is also true.
And more merch announcements.
And then more McFarlane Toys Dawn of War tie-ins. So if your boy toys are not big enough,
yes, if you need the extra large version.
I like that Dark Angel, the way it's painted. It's very old school. It is,
isn't it? It's almost like interesting as well that it's armed. I mean, you'd think it would be like a Blade Guard veteran or something, given it's in the Deathwing colours, but it's armed with a combi melter, which is
so it's like the really old school picture of that power armored Deathwing Marine that was not in Terminator armor.
Oh, at that point, shouldn't he have the gun held up like this instead? One wonders if he comes with the tactical rock that he's standing on as well.
That's a good point, actually. And then what if we got a Grey Hunter as well?
It is, but it's not wolfy enough in my mind. It should have dangling fangs,
talismans and things.
You need at least a wolf tail somewhere, don't you?
Yeah, it looks a little bit bland. It looks like they've taken a regular one.
There's a little bit on the pole.
Just a smidgen.
Yeah, in terms of bling, it's more of a blood claw in terms of bling, but then he wouldn't have a bolter, he'd have a bolt pistol and a chainsaw.
And also if it was a blood claw, he'd have like a bare head and a giant mohawk. No, it does. It's a Space Wolf after Reboot Gulliman got to them and made them take most of their. I'm sorry, you're allowed one item of jewelry. That is what the Codex Astartes says. Everyone is allowed.
Your stereotype dial is too high. Turn it down.
Take off the horned helmet and stop yelling about spam.
Stop calling your weapons Frost this and Frost that.
Then new edition of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay coming out.
Cubicle 7.
Ben, your thoughts on this one?
So I'm intrigued to know what's changed, because when Cubicle 7 released the current edition of One Fantasy Roleplay, I went out and grabbed it, and I was really impressed with what they've done. I've played a couple of games using the new edition, using just some of the free to download pre-gen scenarios and stuff, and I really like the current edition. I'm hoping that this is just like a tweaked update rather than any major rules change, because I think it really does work at the moment. In fact, actually, it does say, scroll up a minute, it says something about them being back compatible. Yeah, okay, so it's back compatible with all of the stuff that they've released in the 4th edition as it is. So it really can't be that much of a change, I would assume.
So yeah, you would hope it was just then a tidy up and a...
Yeah, maybe just, I mean, if nothing else, if you've not picked up any of the Cubicle 7 fantasy roleplay books, they are really gorgeous in terms of the layout and the detail that they pack in. I can't rave about them enough. I'm looking at them right now. I've got the fancy one. I've got the Art Dwarf and Middenheim supplements, and every time I go to my local game shop, I'm eyeing up some of the other supplements, going, can I justify it? No, I have too many role-playing game books at the moment already.
And are they sort of one-shot type things, or are they campaign-based? Or
so you can play it as, obviously a one-shot. Like any role-playing game, you can run it as, whatever the games master wants. What is quite cool is that when they released 4th edition, they re-released the original kind of Death on the Reich Enemy Within campaign from back in 1st edition. We're talking more than 30, 40 years ago nearly. Woofer up. They've released that version in an updated edition for the 4th edition of Fantasy Roleplay. So then what they did as well was they broke it down into player's guide and games master's guide for each of the 5 things. Admittedly, that meant they got to sell twice as many books, but on the other hand, it meant that as the games master, you had the option of obviously buying all of the books, but then you could also then just say your players, hey, just look at this book for this time. This book gives you extra kind of stats and skills and stuff that you can use to help shape it. The rest of the supplements that they've been doing have been things like, like the Art Dwarf book, for example, which gives you the complete detailed breakdown, almost street by street, of the imperial capital of Art Dwarf.
Oh, wow.
And every kind of page, one thing that's quite nice is they have little kind of fishhook symbols on the pages, and it's just to tie into the fact that there is a story hook on this page, and it might be a little throwaway comment about, the dock workers having, battles between each other at the moment, or it might be, a throwaway NPC that's mentioned on the page. But every single kind of throughout the book is scattered with just story hooks to give the games master or the players, ideas for background for their characters, the games masters, ideas to help shape their campaign that they tell. And then I'll shut up about this in a minute, but the final kind of collection of source books they've been doing has been things like the Imperial Bestiary, which adds loads more kind of monsters and stuff for people to fight, but it also adds in extra kind of classes and stuff as well. So, for example, I think one of the third version of that book of that, they had it Halfling Badger Riders was an option. And it was just like, you could be from the Moot and you can be a Badger Rider. Like, yes, okay, that sounds awesome.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really, really beautifully put together collection of books.
I check out.
Cannot recommend their work enough.
And they also have a 40k version. Is that 40k roleplay?
So yeah, 40k roleplay. I've not played. I think I've played 1 or 2 games of their latest edition of that, and it puts me more in mind of. So they did the Stormcast fantasy roleplay for Age of Sigmar as well. Soulstorm or something, I think it's called. The 40k roleplay system that they've developed is more akin to a sci-fi version of that, rather than the kind of detailed roleplay system that they have updated for Warfare Up. While we keep going, I'll quickly look up what those 2 are called.
Okay. And then a Darktide card game. I might have to have a look at that and see what that's about, because I do like a card game.
Soulbound, that's the name of their Age of Sigmar roleplay game, which is cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is really cool, and it does let you do things like playing a Stormcast, but the game system is a bit simpler than Warfare Up, and the 40k one kind of mirrors that.
Okay, cool. And then something about space
chibi toys,
little chibis coming.
You too can have a 1,000 Sun Terminator chibi. Well, to be fair, that does look like a little kind of Imperial, like a lictor or something as a chibi.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, and then some water bottles. Pick your legion of choice.
These are interesting. It would be interesting to see how big these are.
These do look quite cool, to be fair. If you're decorating a man cave or lady cave, I suppose.
Games
or hobby space. Hobby space. Yeah. Games. There we go. That works. I won't go through all of them, but there are.
I think that is all of them, I think.
Oh, there you go then. I've been through all of them.
So it just says wall art, doesn't it? That's the only thing.
And then display.
Display. I love the fact that they've included like the Necromunda graffiti.
That is quite cool.
Yeah.
Because I've got these in transfer form, and I'm very tempted to get one of these to go in my games room. And yeah, the LARP guys are still working on stuff as well, apparently.
Yes.
At some point, they will produce beautiful LARP clothing so that you too can dress up.
Armory. Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's lots of discounts
which is quite cool. So I quite like the fact that you've got all the different discount days that you can buy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to avail myself of the 20% off on t-shirts, I think.
On the Warhammer merch store.
Yeah. I need some more hobby t-shirts.
March. It's my birthday next week, so there we go. I'll have to have a look. Cool. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. We have a Tyranid Prime with Lash Whip. This was another one that was you say this is another one that was revealed at the
yeah. I mean, there was this one, weren't there? Beric Stormbrow and the Twin Lances.
I think I
don't really have a lot to say about this other than it's a Tyranid Prime with a whip.
Yeah,
it is, but you could already make one out of the Tyranid Warrior kit. This is the thing I don't understand: is they had the Tyranid Warrior kit had the options to make a Tyranid Prime, who you could arm with a variety of weapons, including like a Lash Whip and Bone Sword.
Okay.
And then they took the rules away from them, and now they're giving us the rules back, but only for a very narrowly, specifically equipped Tyranid Prime, who has scything talons and a Lash Whip. It's like... I found myself looking at the Tyranid 3rd Edition Codex the other day, and it's literally got, a section at the back where you can design your own bugs. Like you can go, hey, I want to do Beast Eaters, but give them acid blood, so anyone who wounds them in combat takes a wound.
Before they decided, you will play the game how we want you to play it, and with we decide we want you to use, and built the way we want them posed.
Yes, you can only use a model posed this way and painted in a manner that we approve. Hey ho!
Get both his feet off the floor. Get him on a piece of drain pipe. Or
tactical chitin. He's got a tiny bit of tactical chitin.
Yeah. Like you say, it's a bug. I'm not sure there's much more to say about that.
No. Moving on. Anyway.
Moving on.
Sorry, Tyranid players who are moaning gets.
Like we said, you don't have to be over 40 and knackered to watch this podcast, but it helps.
But it does help. So is this the third expansion or the third installment before the end of 10th?
So, because it was Titus was the first one, wasn't it? The 500 World.
Then it was
Maelstrom.
No, it's Eye of Terror.
The Eye of Terror. The third part, the new set of slipcase books.
Quick, buy these books before they become completely out of date.
Yeah. So again, you've got the sort of the story-based narrative book. You've got the Apocalypse rules for the 40k, bringing that game. No, I don't think I ever played Apocalypse. So what sort of size are we talking about for that? Yeah, that was sort of in the period I wasn't playing.
So when Apocalypse first started, the aim was to play, like you play 40,000 points, that sort of thing. And it was, you would literally, it was a way of playing where you put everything you owned on the table, and games took 8 hours.
You needed a lot of terrain and a few mates.
Yeah.
And everything.
But I mean, like
movement trays, please, movement trays. If you're putting that many,
no, but giant templates. You spend like 2 hours putting everything out, and then the first turn you take half of it off again.
Yeah.
My stag weekend, the first day of my stag weekend was spent playing an Apocalypse game in our local game shop, and we play. Because they let us have alcohol and stuff as well, and we happily just chugged a few beers and played Warhammer 40k for about 8 hours.
I mean, that sounds like a dream.
So you only got halfway through the game.
They just finished putting everything out.
I know they did an update of Apocalypse last edition, so I guess this is probably just an update on the update that they did. I don't know whether or not this is going to include any of the kind of. One of the things that made Apocalypse kind of interesting in the first release was they had all these kind of detachments, and it was the era of detachments. It was the beginning of the era of detachments. But it meant that you could do like a formation where you took an avatar and all of the Phoenix Lords, and you paid some extra points on top for fielding them all together. And then they got this plethora of like, it's the Ranadandra style kind of thing, and all of them got superpower version. And you could field an entire Space Marine company, and again, you paid for all the models, and you paid some extra points on top, but you then got loads of rules about the fact that you were fielding an entire company.
So, as well as the Apocalypse, we've got the detachments. Then, what's going to be in that then? Just based
the
on
Mechanicus and Iron Warriors, I would guess.
Kravek Morn and the Defiler and stuff.
Yeah.
Wonder if they'll. So into the Maelstrom we had Eldari and Red Corsairs, and then they put in Orcs and Votan as well, didn't they?
Here we go. Third book features new detachments for Chaos Space Marines, Chaos Knights, Imperial Knights, Adeptus Mechanicus.
Okay.
And Vashtor.
So you can imagine that Julia Gould and the new Skitarii will be in this with the Destroyer Knight.
Interesting that it says that you've got an option there for running armies full of demon engines and Freeblade mercenary knights.
Yeah. Handily, we're just releasing a new knight for you to take as a Freeblade. But yeah. So is there one more set of books after this? Is that the?
No, I think it's going to be. There's supposed to be 5 in there.
Is there 5? Okay.
Okay, so 2 more.
One of them is definitely going to be called Armageddon, and that's probably going to be the last one, I think.
You keep predicting that until it happens.
Indeed.
I'm telling you. Yarek's coming back.
Old Baelai returns. With Plastic Steel Legion. If they did that, I would be just.
I think we might get something for Guard, but it'll probably just be, I don't know, some bit of field artillery, or it'll be something daft, or maybe Yarek and a command squad, maybe.
Consider this for one moment. The Red Corsairs, they released obviously a new box model for them, and a character box, which was like Huron and his motley crew of Hordak style villains. And then they released an upgrade sprue to turn your regular Chaos Space Marines into Red Corsairs. What if, building on what you said there, Yarrick box with like Old Baelai and a whole bunch of other kind of retinue like they've been doing.
I think I know where you're going with this.
And an upgrade sprue with heads to do Death Corps into Steel Legion.
Yeah.
Because that's really all you need to change on the Death Corps is to give them specifically the Steel Legion heads rather than the. I think Sonic Sledgehammer did a conversion using Death Corps where he just shaved off the kind of fireman's crest on the helmet, but it was a full face gas mask still that the Death Corps wear, and the Steel Legion had rebreathers, but then goggles instead.
Yeah. Potentially.
Well, that would be interesting, to be fair.
I would be so poor if they really, because I love the Steel Legion aesthetic. To the point where I keep looking at Death Corps and going, can I justify converting a Steel Legion army?
Maybe a combat patrol.
They were released in 3rd edition as well, so I keep looking at my Codex Armageddon.
It would be nice. So yeah, they're coming soon. But I don't know what the other book's going to be. It could be anything.
I was going to say, well, which ones wouldn't have been covered by that point? Because at that point we'll have had kind of with the Ultramarines. What were they facing in the 500 worlds? What were the other detachments that you got in there?
Nurgle, was it?
Quick Google search.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
500 worlds.
No, Necrons.
Necrons. That was it. They had the Nightbringer, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah. And the detachments you got for that were, I think it was Titus and his gang, wasn't there? And then there was the Necron, like weird swirly death dude.
Yes.
And did they have other ones?
Did they have the Tau in that
or was
one?
it just the 2? No, Nurgle. So it was, hang on. So the options in there were Ultramarines, Necrons, Nurgle.
Okay.
I guess maybe Maelstrom did Eldar, Chaos, Orcs, and Votan. This one's
This
doing
one's
Imperial Knights,
right.
Chaos Knights, Space Marines, Index Mechanicus.
We've got a Tau missing.
How is missing?
Though there was
Tau.
the Kroot box. Is that
That was
recently?
yeah,
was
that
that-
was earlier. That was when they re-released the Tau Codex, wasn't it?
Mm.
And when they released okay, I don't know. Tau, maybe you could. I mean, we just had the new character models for them though, so you'd have thought that would have been something to hold on to until the Tau book came out.
Then again, they might just do They might do 4. Armageddon Middle. I'm sure I read that it was 5 though. A series of 5 books. When they first announced Titus, he said the first in a series of 5. But we'll see.
Let us know in the comments if you what you think the 5th book would be. Shall we move on?
We can move on.
2 tabs left.
We are Blood Hags. So the new Age of Sigmar release, or at least
these are nice.
These are really nice. These came out of left field a bit as well. I wasn't expecting these. Were you guys?
No, I wasn't.
Because they've not been previewed.
I was looking at these, and I feel like I've seen a couple of the poses before, and I couldn't work out what it is, but I'm pretty sure the Dark Elf Blood Bowl witches have got similar poses. I might be wrong, but
maybe,
possibly.
So this is a more slightly heavily armored kind of version of the Eldar witches, the Elf witches, Dark Elf witches, isn't it? They've got clothes on for one thing.
Yes, clothes and bigger swords.
We've not seen any kind of preview of this at any of the spoilers.
No, there was
now. Not
a
even.
nice surprise.
It really was, and they're really, really nice models. I was fully expecting that we would get like a replacement Witch Elf box for the Daughters of Cain release, because I was expecting that they would clear out like the final stuff that had been part of the fantasy Dark Elf range, so that they could move the Dark Elves over to the Old World range and keep Age of Sigmar entirely separate. But no, these seem to be intended to kind of supplement them, unless they're going to phase out now the regular Witch Elves and make these kind of the more core infantry.
So Primaris Witch Elves.
Yeah, maybe.
They're very, very much
slightly less embarrassing to have on the shelves when you talk to kids about and their mums.
True. They're sort of like crab claw shaped spear tips as well.
That's true, which is kind of more kind of Slaneshi almost.
Mm.
And Morathi does have a connection to Slanesh. I mean, that's part of the reason why so many of the Daughters of Cain look so kind of, they've got like snake tails and bat wings and stuff. Mm. They look like, the offspring if Morathi had had a date with Fulgrim.
And then there's a
nice drone piece as well.
Repurposing the Cauldron of Blood kit shamelessly here. Like, this is like someone's taken the Cauldron of Blood kit and just phased out some of the elements.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Reminds me of something, but I can't quite put my finger on what.
It looks like, is it slightly different?
You've got options for the brazier, yeah.
Filling, for want of a better word, fillings for your pot.
I like it's got a heart on it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we're nice.
So they've got their new battle tome coming, and a battle force with Morathi. Is that?
Mm-hmm. Snakes and wings.
And then a shadow cover
as well.
See, you can see what I mean. The Cauldron of Blood.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
This is a nice box, though. This is quite nice. It's got the Warcry warband in it, hasn't it? And then it's kind of topped off with what would be a Daughters of Cain Witch Elf box, but it's the Sisters of Slaughter alternative version.
No, it's very nice. That's a nice big centerpiece as well. And then a Regiment of Renown, the Crimson Lash.
I'm not familiar with these.
Scantily clad.
So again, I think this is just the Sisters of Slaughter models with a character model.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it is 10 Sisters of Slaughter. Yeah, and a High Gladiatrix.
Recruited by the cities of Sigmar, Fireslayers, Edeneth, Caradon, Lumineth. Seraphon, Stormcast, or Sylvanas. So pretty much anyone.
Please buy some of these for your other armies. Our sales figures are lagging behind the old world. Everyone keeps yelling about Cathay.
But no, there's some good models in there.
There are. I joking aside, I genuinely do like the new Daughters of Cain models.
Yeah, no, they're nice.
Those are really nice.
Very good.
Especially that one at the bottom there.
That one at the bottom there, if I could get that one separately, I would include that in like a Dark Elf army as like a character model or something.
That is pretty cool. Very, very good. Right, our last tab, I think.
Last tab.
So this was the Black Library Reader's Choice. The winners revealed. I think this dropped today.
Yeah, I think 4th of March, yeah. At the time that we were recording this.
So we've got Grudge Bearer by Gav Thorpe. Gav Thorpe.
I've got this book when it first came out. It's a really good book, actually. If you like your Dwarven lore, this is a proper grumbly Dwarven battle book.
I am slowly working my way through the whole Gotrek and Felix books at the moment, and yes, Dwarf and Law is probably be quite entertaining to pick this.
Never come between a dwarf and revenge is the tagline on this.
Nice.
I think this was released around the time of 6th edition Fantasy Dwarves. So yeah, it's a really stonking read. And I think they show you as well what it pipped to the post, doesn't it?
Well, I was going to say, yeah. Any thoughts about
what you could have had?
Any thoughts on what it's beaten, or anything that you think would have been? I think you probably will know a bit more about the books than I would. So
I have read 3 out of the 4 of these.
I've not read any of those 4, so I have no comment.
So I can't comment on Orion because I don't think I've ever read anything by Darius Hinks. But Neferata, Josh Reynolds did a good line in vampire books, and one of the things so he did kind of Neferata, Ancient Blood, and a few others. That filled out some of the kind of backstory of the vampires in the old world. So when they were doing the kind of Age of Legends novels, and Graham McNeil wrote 3 books about Nagash, and it was kind of telling the chronicle of Nagash from when he was a human male all the way through to him becoming, the grand necromancer sort of thing. It touched on kind of the creation of the vampires, but it was obviously they were bit players in the background. What Neferata did was it took the kind of starting point that had been put into that book and fleshed it out a lot more. And it's quite a good book, actually. I don't think it's my favourite of his vampire books. I think the one he did about the head of the Necrarch vampires was my favourite of his. But yeah, it's a good book. Bill King, well, everyone knows Bill King knows how to write Warhammer Fantasy. Bill King practically did write Warhammer Fantasy. And as long as you don't mind lots of highfalutin elviness, Blood of an Aryan is a good read. I think it's also worth, I think all of these, even though they're not being reprinted, they are all still available as ebooks on the Black Library store.
Okay.
So I think if you've got like a Kindle, or you've got the app to read them on your phone, you can still read these. Sigvald, I think the only thing I can say about that is I know I read it. I don't have any strong memories, and in fact, it's Darius Hinks. That would be why.
That'll be why. There you go.
Sorry, Darius Hinks, if you're listening. In the extremely unlikely event that you're listening.
Cool.
Fair enough.
And then there was a 40k one as well. So Deathwatch has won the 40k one.
So I haven't actually read this one.
No, I've not read it.
I'd read, I think, 2 of the... Yeah, I'd read Salamander and Mephiston, but
I've only read Salamander.
Warlord or the World Engine.
I've got World Engine, but I've not
Okay.
read it.
So yeah, I can't really comment on this.
No, I mean...
I believe Deathwatch is a good book, though.
Oh, well, it won the Reader's Choice, so, it probably is a stonker.
Yeah, we want to look.
I think I've read some of Steve Parker's other 40k stuff that he's written.
Cool. And then I think that's it. They said they're going to open the voting for next year's winners later on.
There's more to look forward to in this month's Black Library celebration, which kicks off on Monday coming.
There you go.
So, I mean, hopefully that will be when they might reveal things. Like, they've done previously, they've done like a Black Library miniature, and it's been... quite often it's been like, hey, we've released this commissar that's going to appear in loads of books, and then she's appeared in one. And it was admittedly a very good book, but they haven't done any more of it. Severine Rain, and it's like, hey, we're going to do. Pardon?
We're going to get another version of the Cadian squad
Oh
leader. What's
God,
she called?
Mina Leshk.
Yeah, we'll get another one.
The last White Shield. Please no. There are so many amazing characters in Black Library, and they don't get appearance. Okay, let's finish this off with this. If for Black Library novels that you have read, which Black Library characters, like you can do one, top 3, would you like to see them release a miniature of that they have not released a miniature of thus far?
Ooh, that's a good question.
We've had Uriel Ventris. That was a particularly good Black Library miniature day.
Yeah, that was all right. I think Kane's probably the obvious choice.
Yeah, Caiaphas Kane. It's got to be fairly up there.
That would be,
but only if he comes with Jurgen as well.
Yes.
Jurgen with a flask and a melter gun. Possibly with an optional build where you can build Jurgen with his trusty melter gun, or offering up a flask of Tanner and a fairly mouldy looking sandwich.
Yeah, I think I'd probably have to go for Kane, I would say.
Steve?
I mean, Kane jumped to mind as well, because I'm thinking of some of the bigger series I've sort of read or listened to is Kane. I listened to a few of theirs. The Gaunt's Ghosts, so I went through a lot of those, but they've had models. I'm going through Gotrek for Felix at the moment, but again, they've had models in the past.
Yeah, Gotrek's got one at the moment.
And he's got one at the moment. So, yeah, I'd probably have to go with Kane as well, to be fair.
I think Kane would have to be in my top 3 of every time they've done a Black Library miniature. I've gone, is it Caiaphas Kane? No, it's not Caiaphas Kane. Okay, well, I'm less bothered now. But I would like to see, there are a few others I'd like to see. So, from the Age of Sigmar style of things, if you've not read Bad Moon Rising, I'm going to just kind of throw my friend Andy under the bus here. That is by far one of my favorite kind of Moonclan Grot characters that they've ever done. And he's accompanied by this big kind of looming troll who treats him like a little kind of pet. You know, he's my squishy, and I shall look after my squishy. And I'd quite like to see them appear as a pairing. That would be a cool kind of double model set for them to release. It's unlikely, really unlikely, but the other one I'd quite like to see is if they were to reach back into kind of some of the older Black Library stuff that they released, and maybe release like a new Malice Darkblade model or something. Like, release him for, like, Daughters of Cain or something. Maybe, like, let's bring some of those kind of classic Black Library characters into the Age of Sigmar, maybe. Or, release something like that for Warhammer the Old World.
That would be interesting, definitely.
Also, the exiles from Blood Quest, like if they gave us Captain Leonardus and Sergeant Cloten. It would be mega neat. Only people like our age would know who they were. But
there was a very, very limited edition diorama miniature, wasn't there? I think
they did a couple of them. There was the original Sergeant Captain Leonardus one where he's got the sword held like that they released. And then there was the follow-up one they did, which was when they were much more kind of heavily exiled. And it was Sergeant Cloten with the chainsaw arm.
I've thought of another one. First Claw from Soul Hunter.
Oh, yeah. That would be very, very... I mean, obviously, most of them are... but yes, that would be very, very, very cool.
That's why I said Soul Hunter.
Yeah, okay. No, that's very true. That's a tough one. If I had to choose between First Claw and Caiaphas Kane, Kane would win, but it would be a close match.
Close one, yeah.
Cool. Well, let us know in the comments who you would like to see them release a model for Black Library before we inevitably get yet another Mina Lensk.
Yeah. And that's it. We're at tabs. We're at tabs.
Fantastic. Well, let me shift us back over to this view. There we are.
Out of tabs and out of Benergy.
Completely shattered, to be honest. I'm going to go to bed in a minute. Let's wind up then by saying this. Si, anything you want to promote, anything you want to tell people that they should be looking out for on your channel?
No, not at the minute. I have got another Conflict 47 video that I'm working on, but I don't know if I'll have it out in time for weekend. This weekend I probably might have a StarCraft video because there's on Friday night they're doing a live stream on their YouTube and it's all going to be about the pre-orders for that new StarCraft miniatures game, and it's having a deep dive at what's in the new starter box. So I might do a video covering that depending on what they show off. It depends how their stream will go, to be honest.
That's very cool.
But I'm excited for that because the miniatures look absolutely incredible. But other than that, that's all I've got going on at the minute. Just real life's just taking its toll.
No, that's right. Are you painting anything from March from the Crag?
Yes, I am going to paint. If I've still got it here, I have. I'm going to finish off my interceptors that I started 2 years ago,
Nice.
which have just been like a running joke for March from McCrag now. And then I'm also going to paint from the old Victrix Guard, the Marnis Calgar's
classic.
Honour Guard.
Oh,
I've
nice.
changed the helmets so they've got a crest. And I'll do the old Marnis Calgar in Gravis armour because he's sat on me in my painting drawer.
Yeah, no, definitely. Steve, what about yourself?
Nothing coming up actually. No tournaments. Nothing happening. My side. Our TO, our usual TO, has stepped back from organising Blood Bowl tournaments. At least at Hells Angels, which means there's a little bit of a dearth. So I'm running a couple this year. So I'm starting to get those advertised, and I'll
I believe
shout
you're
about
buying
those.
a Goblin team.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm buying a Goblin team. I need to find a nice Goblin team to paint. I need to finish my Old World Alliance team. It's nearly done. I just need to finish a few halflings and things to get those painted up, and then I think I'll just be hanging out in the the Morehammer Discord, which is a really nice place to chat and look at. Is it Funkadrom's Eldar? I think this is
Yes,
popping up.
Yeah, definitely.
A
The
lot in
third
there.
edition Eldar
Really
army
good.
he's painting because
His
I got him hooked on third edition.
Which is good. And I will be trying much for McCrag. My son has a load of models on his shelf that he's not painted. That I said, last year I painted one. I'll pick another one. I'll try and coax him down from his room to paint some models with me.
Nice.
Worst comes to worst, you could just try out the new Tech Marine update on Space Marine 2 because the default shoulder pad is an Ultramarine one.
There you go. And he's blue, so that's fine.
No, he'd be red technically because he's a tech marine.
Blue shoulder pad, red mainly, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you can make. I've made his armor red straight away, but he's got. I think I've done mine as I stuck a Raven Guard shoulder pad on mine. I think because I just didn't want it as an Ultramarine, so I changed it.
Yeah, I might have to be a salamander, but But yeah, as I hanging out on the Discord, and as I posting
Cool.
as I paint.
Well, actually, the reason I laughed, Si, when you showed you were painting was I was painting my March for Crag, which is
Hey!
It's not.
is an interceptor. I'm going to do these, and then if I finish these guys, then I'm going to do the Storm Eagles I got in the box with them as well.
Nice.
Cool.
But no, the other thing, I'm afraid I will be completely honest with people. I haven't had a new video up yet this year. I occasionally go, I should get around to do a video, but my studio that I normally film in has been a complete bomb site since pre-Christmas. And most of my free time has been taken up because I'm writing a book. So that has been taking up a lot of my creative energies instead. So I'll keep people posted on that. But it's going to be, for the moment, taking kind of a backseat on videos, well, apart from doing the Morehammer podcast.
Fair enough.
Cool. Well, okay.
Thank
you very much, guys. Thank you to everybody who's been watching. Don't forget, you can kind of catch us on our Discord. You can follow all of myself and Sire both over on Blue Sky, and you can follow us over our own channels as well if you want to kind of look through my back catalogue and catch up with Sire's StarCraft video that's coming out. Otherwise, I will steal a line from Luke and say thank you very much for watching, everyone, and happy wargaming.
Yeah.
Bye.